Hey, everybody. Welcome to this week's episode of the Meta Game Minute, your once weekly Chaotic Amateurs follow-up talk show. One thing that's kind of interesting to me just off the top is that, we're like, all right, our friend and buddy, the person whose house we lived in is dead. Anyway, let's not forget all of our other commitments. Let's go fight in this dumb tournament.
I was thinking the exact same thing. I was going to say that if nobody else did.
It just kind of makes me laugh. It's like I don't blame you guys at all because it's like you've sort of realized that, like, oh, all right, we can go and get his soul back and stuff. So I guess he's fine for now. His soul is like being tortured
right now.
Yeah, that's probably a good explanation of it. But anyway, so let's go ahead. We've been going in reverse horn order the last couple times. Let's go back to the usual top, starting with Thrakus Wolfsbane, aka Poo Poo Pee Pee.
Oh yeah, you saw that in my name. Finally. Finally someone recognized my comedic genius.
So what's Wolf thinking? You got these new guys like living in your house. You're trying to convert Strummer to Cord and teaching him some moves. Where's Wolf at with everything that's kind of going on?
Wolf is he's just trying to build a small following of people who might also be into Cord.
Like a cult? Like the Ren. Yeah, he's like the Ren of
No, it is not a cult. Okay, it's very, very different. Okay,
sure sounds like a cult to me.
No. We just have an oath that we're gonna follow, and are gonna go around helping people, fighting battles, overcoming challenges, together as a group.
Can I ask? This has been a thing, and maybe I should have just like looked it up if this is the case. But like, is Cord like an original god, or is this like a D&D god? Like,
he's a D&D god.
Mm-hmm. Is he? Okay, I wasn't sure.
Cord and Bane are the two like gods of war.
Yeah,
gotcha.
Bane of like wanton destruction, Cord of strategy and competition. It's kind of how I view them.
Yeah,
gotcha. Yeah, I wasn't sure because, I think we talked about this before, but like in Alex's world in Haven, like he kind of has his own like pantheon too. So it was
a little bit, yeah.
I wasn't sure, and there's been so many times where I've wanted to talk about Cord, but I was like, wait, I should know if he's an original or like a D&D god. It's funny, I should know that he's a D&D god with how much I play, but
right. You should know that.
Yeah, well, whatever. Not all of us worship him blindly like a fool.
No. Watch your tongue.
I'll cut it out.
Yeah, but, that's how Wolf is feeling. These new people. It's just a new chance to maybe inspire someone who is not feeling particularly good. And then I say, hey, if you follow Cord, then you'll have a chance to feel inspired. You'll have that fire lit inside your belly to want to accomplish something. And they go, oh, wow. And then they pick up a weapon and they follow me into my army, my group.
Have you been watching Wild Wild Country lately?
No.
Okay, just checking.
I don't know what that is.
You really don't?
No, I do.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been there.
Oh yeah.
Oh, for Young Life or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Yeah. Whatever. He's yanking our chain. Anyway, moving away from Thrakus, let's go to Referian Night Meadow. A little bit quieter of an episode for Riff, but where's Riff at with this whole thing? You got these Kenku following you home. I think we talked about that a little bit last time, but
Riff definitely wants to go win the tournament. It's an easy way to distract herself, and the fact that Zephyrus is kind of half alive, and the fact that we have like a bead on from Eben and like all that sort of, like there was like progress forward. It doesn't seem to me as a player and so obviously as the character, like that we should rush off and especially with the idea of like it's a very powerful thing, like this genie who seemed pretty powerful that Zephyrus, I don't know if I would say scared of, but definitely was differential to,
Right,
like,
yeah.
and Zephyrus wasn't very differential to anybody ever.
Yeah.
So like, I kind of view that as like, okay, that person is more powerful. And if that person is saying like, this is a pretty fucked up place you guys got to go to, then I just came from a fucked up place and almost died, and one of my friends did, and we got our fucking asses kicked. So like, let's go back to the Coliseum where we were all rolling really well. And
Yeah, where we were fucking kings, basically.
yeah, like where like, yeah, we just kicked everyone's ass, and like everyone got fucking like, hit by Medusa or whatever. And like, it was all good. And yeah, I'm just trying to kind of keep it out of my mind, which is why I got up early, did my forums, did my stuff, and holding on to the hope that, kind of like what Alex said, either last metagame minute or in game, I forget, like if we just sort of set our NPC guys off to kind of like every time we come back to them, there's going to be an update until we can actually do something concrete. So I'm just thinking about, keeping what we have right now concrete that we can do, and that's hopefully go kick butt and win the tournament. And as a segue to that, I thought it was a really good idea that I wrote it down so I didn't forget, that Caleb said the whole thing about researching the shape shifting into, I mean, it doesn't sound like he'll be able to do it, but I thought that was a really smart play on your character's part.
It dawned on me when I was listening to this week's episode 17, that we had that whole library of how to kill everything. So I figured I might as well take a peek and see if we can get anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a couple of things I wanted to shed a light on in my section of the metagame minute. There was a lot of talk in the last 2 episodes about Zephyrus's pipe, and I don't know if this is too much spoilers or not, but explicit per the text of the pipe. And I don't know if Alex was going this way or not, but when Zephyrus dies, and so I don't know if he's technically dead or if he's like mostly dead or whatever.
Yeah.
But his pipe burns up and disappears. So I don't know if that's something that happened or if it was left out there or if it was
Shimmy. Didn't Shimmy say that it was in the place that he scryed on? Yeah.
Yeah, the pipe
right.
is they saw it wherever they saw where your soul is.
So okay, you're right. So yeah, so Zephyrus probably has got his ethereal pipe with him in the afterlife, just like smoking a storm up. Sounds like Zephyrus, doesn't it? One other thing I wanted to joke about was when I was coming up with when I was working on Strummer, I thought it would be so funny. I don't know why I thought this, but to come up with a name, since Strummer's name is a sound effect, essentially, you guys heard it before. Come up with a name that would basically be a duplicate of like one of the party members' names, and so like.
We're bad enough with names. That is a terrible idea.
I know, but I couldn't stop laughing about it all day today because I still hadn't settled on his name until like right before. But like, I was thinking like maybe my name is like a wolf howling, or maybe my name is like the sound of a ball bouncing, or maybe my name is the sound of a riff on a lute. And I was trying to think of like who that would bother the most, which is kind of why I settled on the lute sound for my character's name, but I decided to go with a different like name in general.
That's good.
I thought it was Joe Strummer. That's what I thought you were doing.
Yeah, Joe Strummer. Yeah. Not at all. No. But is there anything that Alex wants to share with us about? I don't know. I was kind of thinking of like the handoff of like, all right, Strummer, you go with these guys or whatever. I don't know why I didn't know how that would go or when it would be done or if I'd have to fight for it a little bit more or what. I think like whether or not the team accepts me, I think Strummer's like kind of ready to just like follow them around, and
that's the big thing. It's gaining the acceptance for sure.
Right.
Yeah. Your character I think works well in this though, where you're just, I don't know, your interaction with everyone so far has been neat, where it reminds me of the scene in The Office where Pete is trying to listen in on the conversations and he's just not part of it. You're
Right.
just like, yeah, no, I'm here. I'll help. What's
Right.
going on?
Yeah, and I think that's how Sturmer's going to be. He's just going to be like,
Yeah.
"Oh, you guys are in a fight? All right, I'll help out then. Here we go." And just be available to help,
Yeah.
whether or not he becomes a part of the tribe. Scory.
Yeah.
So Scory's leaving basically trying to cast like the alert spell or some garbage as like a druid message or something. I don't know, but
Yeah, I just wanted a little extra layer of accountability on
Also, a
that.
really cool piece of just good gameplay, I thought.
yeah.
It was
I
fun.
was really lucky there happened to be Moss there. Thank you, DM, for allowing that.
Oh yeah, it's the place hasn't been cleaned yet. It's still a
Yeah.
little dirty.
I come back and Willem has cleaned off the moss.
That's right.
The vault's empty.
Yeah.
You just gotta get some house plants
Yeah.
scattered
After I
around the
cleaned that
house.
off, Strix ran right in.
Some things that I was thinking about. One, I'm really excited about Strummer to become more of the part of the team.
Yeah,
But Scory's not interested in making it easy, though.
that's fine.
You're definitely low on the totem pole, much like Cinder. In
That's totally fine.
But in addition to that, I think it's funny going back to the whole Zephyrus just died thing. We are assuming that he is, or maybe we're not assuming, but we're okay with the fact that wherever he is, there's suffering involved, and we're just like, well, we got a tournament to win, so sorry if it's
What can we do about
eternal,
it?
Right. Yeah.
eternal torture. Yeah.
What would Zephyrus
Well-
want?
Well, we could get started a day earlier theoretically.
Yeah. Theoretically.
But I like how that is not even on anybody's radar right now. It's about winning that tournament.
And I'm really torn because it's like I really want Zephyrus back, but not before I have a chance to play Strummer after putting so much work into his character sheet and stuff.
I would love it if we could find a way to get Strummer in, but they were pretty tight on the roster last time because I think we tried to get Zephyrus in.
Yeah.
6 was the total or the max that you could have.
Mhm.
And you're going up against a group that only wanted to pick 2 people. It's just 2 of the elves.
Oh.
But talk to
Wait a second.
them. Maybe they'll,
Because it's like hand-to-hand combat now or something, right?
from what you guys understand, it's full on combat. It's yeah.
Fake combat, as Strummer called it.
Mhm.
Full on,
Should be
full
interesting.
contact,
Right.
But
right.
I assume that there's some sort of path that could
full
allow
mouth kissing.
Strummer to be part of that as well.
That'd be cool because Strummer has one gimmick and it revolves around combat, and that's it. His whole character sheet revolves around.
What
turn.
is your class, by the way?
I'm a multi-class again, and I guess just going for the metagame. So I'm a level 3 Ranger, subclass Gloom Stalker. If you guys ever seen that, and then a level 1 Rogue.
What's the Gloom Stalker?
So the Gloom Stalker is basically like a version of the Ranger that came up in the Underdark, I guess. Strummer didn't, but anyway, because of that, they are really good at like fighting in the dark. They're really good at setting up ambushes. They're really good at doing that type of thing. So like, for example, like one of my abilities is like if a creature would detect me because of their dark vision, I'd actually be invisible to them.
Oh.
So, yeah. So Strummer, basically a Ranger Rogue.
Had you told Riff that, Riff would have been interested.
Well, maybe it'll come up. We'll see. He's just trying to break the ice.
The shadows as well.
Yeah, I know, and it took a lot for me to not just go like straight up Riff build. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it comes out to play. But yeah, his whole gimmick hinges on that like ambushing style that I was talking about. Let's go to Mr. Ball. Gotten a chance to bust out your magic key, failed the identify spell, unfortunately, which really bummed me out because I was hoping to know what was up with that dagger.
I was very frightened of what could happen playing with that dagger at all. So
I
I'm
was
glad
like,
it wasn't that
Our
bad.
DM needs to make a wisdom saving throw right now, I think.
I've made a pact with the dagger.
Oh.
Me and it are one.
I'm glad that Strix didn't get away with it. I totally thought that was just like a random monkey. I was like, why are there monkeys in this forest? But I was
didn't
thinking
think it was Strix at all until we hit
yeah.
him.
I was like, can you imagine the untold destruction of freaking monkey is gonna cause? Strix would be worse, but like, just the,
I
like
thought
just
actually it might have been your character. Like you also had like because going off of what you were saying, like about like annoying people or whatever, like but you did a build that was like a better druid than Caleb or whatever.
yeah.
I thought like you'd
No
like
such thing.
I thought you'd like wild shifted just to like. That was my initial thought when that started happening. I was like, I bet it's Rhett's character who's also a druid, and then like he's gonna be like, I'm the druid. No, well, we'll see. Like you're like different circles or whatever.
Who can out druid the druids?
Yeah, got a little druid dance happening.
That would have been funny, and had I thought about it, yeah. Anything else you wanted to mention, Ball?
Yeah, that whole thing in the vault was just fun to be able to role play with Caleb and then Strix later. I just really enjoyed doing that.
Yeah.
Also,
I love how you fucking just punched the monkey straight up against the wall.
Well, I'm not letting anything mess with that dagger. That dagger is very scary.
I just see the cartoon visual where it's like, buh.
I thought it was dead for sure.
There.
I was like, how is Ball gonna live with himself killing this random monkey?
And I definitely think Milo just figured out our first official T-shirt phrase.
Punch the monkey.
Yeah.
Punch the monkey. Chaotic amateurs.
Oh yeah, that was fun. Yeah, I wanted to comment on the on us like just going straight to the Coliseum to do the fight. I think Alex had it right where we're kind of in just like denial about everything that's going on with Zephyrus, and we're just like, well, we already were going to do this, and we're just going to go do this, and things will be fine when we get back. There's people working on it. I think that makes a lot of sense.
It does make sense. The first thing that anybody who is like sick or like maybe headed that direction of like dying, to tell you, it's like, don't worry about me, like don't drop what you're doing, just like keep living your life. So I think it's a pretty natural thing for people to do. It's like, well, life goes on, like with or without people. So I think it
makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. I also just happen to think
Zephyrus
funny.
wanted to make that fucking money.
Right, yeah. Be like, all right, get the gold purse.
Brand,
Yeah. Why don't y'all get that gold purse there off my hip and make some bets there on yourselves in that old Coliseum? And
like if you come back and it's like, no, we went and saved you. And it's like, and you didn't go and win us a gold bag down at the Coliseum first.
Right.
Yeah, aren't we playing for like access to contracts?
Yeah.
Yeah, we get to go down. Yeah,
okay, well,
wastes.
Maybe one of those contracts sends us to the area where the Zephyrus's pipe is. Who knows?
Bonus quest.
No, we got to find Julia. I'm excited to maybe try to come back to that character again. And
I agree.
She was really cool. I was thinking the same
Get her
thing.
to take us there. I think
what's funny is instead of a Gloomstalker, I was going to roll a Horizon Walker Ranger, which is like specializes in like finding portals and things like that. But it felt way too metagame like to do, knowing that like it might revolve around how we get Zephyrus back. So I stayed away from it, even though it would have been fun to have some of that.
That actually fits the theme of the Order of the Silver Crescent really well. The Horizon Walker. Like I've made a few characters that are members of that order that take that subclass. And here's my little tidbit of the Order of the Silver Crescent. Where that originates from is one of the very first D&D sessions that me and Milo and our group played 13, 14 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Whoa.
Where we were kind of at the end of a session, and through a snowballing series of events, like 2 players ended up in jail, 2 of them were on the run, and then my little brother and Milo were trying to kill each other as they ran outside of town. My brother's character killed Milo's character, Grumblethor, lying dead on the ground, me as a new DM. And so what I had was an elf come out and save them, and they were part of the Order of the Silver Crescent.
Nice.
It's a group of travelers that save heroes in their time of need.
AKA Ex Machina.
Exactly.
Hail Mary.
I got really excited when I heard that. I was like, oh my God. And then I was like, oh, what does Paul know about this?
Classic. I was really hoping it would lead into a conversation where Stormer could just be like, right, yeah, they do. This band of adventurers does seem very lost. Don't worry. I'm there for him.
You'll lead us out.
Yeah. But yeah, well, so anyway, unless there's anything else that Alex wants to drop on us for Metagame Minute, I think that's a good place to wrap this one up. We appreciate you guys hanging with us for our Thursday Chaotic Amateurs wrap-up show. Leave us a rating and review on iTunes or Spotify, your favorite podcast platform of choice. And come back on Monday and figure out what these guys are going to do at Chords Coliseum. Are they going to best these elves or not? I would have said yes, but like we now know that characters are not as safe as we'd like to think they are.
Definitely not.
So come back on Monday and
We
figure
have a
out.
DM that's like that.
Yeah, savage. Maybe you guys could roll some Kenku. We'll see. Wolf can have that Kenku army in terms of us.
Oh,
Four
yeah.
Kenku following him around. Anyway, grab your sword, keep on adventuring.